Episode 9, Rainy Monday Mornings. The steady rhythm of rain against the windows was the first sound Ella heard as she stirred beneath her thick quilt. The soft, muted patter was like a lullaby, coaxing her to stay in the warmth of her bed just a little longer. Outside, the world was wrapped in shades of gray, the October rain blurring the edges of trees, but inside, the cottage was a cocoon of warmth and comfort. Ella slowly stretched, the soft fabric of her flannel sheets brushing against her skin. The air in the room was cool, just enough to make her burrow deeper into the quilt for a moment before she decided to start her day. From the foot of the bed, Rufus gave a sleepy yawn, his golden fur tousled from sleep. And Mabel, ever the cozy companion, shifted onto a pillow next to her, her fur warm and silky against Ella's hand. Mondays had a way of creeping up on people, but not for Ella. She had learned to romanticize even the grayest of days, to find beauty in the stillness, in the quiet unfolding of a rainy morning. She never dreaded them. Instead, she embraced the calm start to her new week, the chance to ease into the day, especially when the world outside seemed content to slow down with her. With a soft sigh, Ella swung her legs out of the bed, her toes immediately meeting the plush wool socks she left on the floor the night before. She slipped them on, the warmth wrapping around her feet like a hug, and pulled her thick sweater over her head, the soft yarn settling against her skin, its fibers carrying the faint scent of cedar from the closet. As she padded to the window, the floorboards creaked slightly beneath her feet, a sound that felt as familiar and comforting as the rain. The glass was cool beneath her fingertips as she leaned in to watch the rain slide down in slow, lazy trails. The forest beyond the cottage was bathed in mist, the vibrant reds and oranges of the leaves softened by the gray drizzle. There was something about the way the rain kissed the earth, turning the world into a watercolor painting, that made Ella feel deeply at peace. Rufus stirred at her feet, his tail wagging lazily as he followed her into the kitchen, his nails clicking softly on the wooden floor. Mabel, not quite ready to face the day, stayed nestled in the bed, her soft purring fading as she drifted back to sleep. The kitchen was still dim, the only light coming from the soft glow of the overcast sky, filtering through the windows. Ella filled the kettle and set it on the stove, listening to the low hum of the water heating. The familiar earthy scent of freshly ground coffee filled the air as she scooped it into the French press, her hands moving slowly, savoring the small ritual of making her morning brew. While the kettle warmed, she turned her attention to the windows, wiping away the condensation that had begun to form from the warmth of the room meeting the coolness outside. The rain had picked up slightly, the soft sound now a steady, soothing rhythm that seemed to sync with her movements. There was certain magic to mornings like this, where time seemed to stretch out in front of her, inviting her to savor every quiet detail. The kettle whistled softly, its sharp sound breaking the silence of just the moment. Ella poured hot water over the coffee grounds, watching as the steam rose in gentle curls, carrying with it rich, nutty scent of toasted beans. She wrapped her hands around the mug, feeling the warmth seep into her fingers, the heat chasing away the coolness of the morning air. Rufus, always in tune with her routine, nosed at his food bowl, his tail wagging expectantly. Ella smiled, reaching for his food and filling the bowl with care. The sound of his tail thumping against the cabinets, paired with the rain's steady drum, filled the kitchen with a peaceful, rhythmic cadence. Mabel eventually joined them, padding into the kitchen with a leisurely stretch, her paws silent against the floor as she wandered over to her own breakfast. With her coffee in hand, Ella made her way to the small nook by the window, settling into her favorite chair with a sigh of contentment. She pulled her legs up beneath her, the soft wool socks brushing against the worn cushions, and wrapped herself in a knit blanket she had draped over the back of the chair. The mug was warm against her palms, the steam rising up to kiss her face as she took a first sip. The rich flavor of the coffee, sweetened with the last bit of pumpkin spice syrup she had made the week before, spread through her like a gentle wave of comfort. It tasted like fall, warm, spicy, with just a hint of sweetness. She closed her eyes, savoring the moment, letting the rain lull her into a state of peaceful reflection. Outside, the rain continued to fall in soft, rhythmic sheets, the leaves shimmering with droplets, their colors deepened by the dampness. Instead of seeing the rain as a burden, Ella saw it as an invitation, a reminder to slow down, to embrace the beauty of a quiet Monday. While the world around her may have seen the falling leaves as a sign of things ending, Ella saw them as part of the season's quiet dance, each leaf letting go on its own time, graceful even in its descent. Rufus curled up beside her chair, his soft snoring adding to the cozy atmosphere, while Mabel found her spot on the windowsill, her green eyes watching the rain with a kind of lazy curiosity. The soft, comforting sounds of her pets, combined with the rain, made Ella's world feel small and safe, like being wrapped in her favorite blanket. She knew she had tasks to do, errands to run, but for now, this moment was hers. The peaceful rainy Monday was a gift, a reminder that even in the midst of what could feel like an ordinary day, there was beauty to be found, joy in the stillness. As Ella sat there, cradling her warm mug, watching the rain slip down the windows, she couldn't help but smile. This was what she loved about fall, about Mondays like this, the chance to romanticize even the simplest moments, to find comfort in the small rituals, and to embrace the beauty of the season, rain and all. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more short stories with Ava Z. Bienvi.